That is Ryder Cup year. Could be a big year for Paul Lawrie. The former Open champion had his best finish on the European Tour in 9 years. Now he is to become the first golfer to sponsor a national championship. Let's get more on this. Go live to Gleneagles, speak to the man himself. Paul, thanks very much for joining us. Now, you won quite a lot of prize money last year on the European Tour, but what is it, all this behind sponsoring a championship all on your own?
Well, the idea is I've always liked to try and put as much back as we can. I've obviously had a very lucky and good career, and the Scottish Boys is the biggest tournament for under-18s in the country that I live. So when the SGU approached us and asked us if we would sponsor it, it was just a pleasure to come on board and give them a sponsor.
So why the Scotland Boys Championship? What is it in particular, and what will your involvement be in this?
We are the main sponsor of the Scottish Boys for this year. We've signed a one-year contract with the hope that it goes well and we continue on for a few years to come. It's a massive event in Scotland, you know, it's the biggest one by far. So we're very much looking forward to being part of it.
Is golf amongst the youth in Scotland on the rise?
Yeah, there's a huge amount of people that do a lot of work behind the scenes, and I think you'll see a lot of good players coming through in the next few years. And there's a lot of pros now getting involved and helping out, and club golf is obviously going through the roof, and I think everything's on the rise for us now, which is fantastic.
Obviously, British golf, and includes obviously Scotland in that, doing well on the European Tour. But Martin Laird getting off to a good start on the PGA Tour, finishing second at the Tournament of Champions. Just how good is he?
Yeah, he's very good. I played 9 holes with Martin, practice round at Loch Lomond for the Scottish Open 2 years ago with David Law, one of our young foundation boys, and I was very impressed with Martin. He's long, hits it quite high, he fades the ball quite a lot, he's got the ball under control. He went to college in America, so obviously he went down the PGA Tour route. He's doing fantastically well, and he'd be a great asset to any Ryder Cup team.
Obviously, you cast your mind back, you can think of Carnoustie and all that went with that back in '99. This year, though, you finished 18th on the Order of Merit, your best finish in a few seasons. What was behind that? What have you changed? What are you doing differently?
Well, I struggled a wee bit with the putter the last 2 or 3 seasons, so the last winter I did an awful lot of work inside, working at my stroke and working on the pace of it, and kind of getting back to how I used to putt before with a bit more weight on my left side. So the biggest difference is the putting. Obviously, as you get older too, you get a little wiser. You know, I'm no spring chicken anymore, but I feel as though I'm improving a little bit as I get older with the ball striking, which always helps. But the big difference was the putting. You know, I've been putting an awful lot better, kind of like the way I used to putt, which was I was always a good putter when years ago. So hopefully we'll get back to that.
You can set targets as a golfer. Is the Ryder Cup team a target of yours?
Well, I know as well as anyone that obviously Dubai was a huge check, and it put me up to 6th on the money list. There's a long way to go. There's an awful lot of good players. I'm not in the top 5 at the moment that will be there or thereabouts when the team's picked. If I can continue playing like I did last season, then there's no reason why I can't make the team. You know, I know that as well as anyone, but I also know that there's a long way to go. There's a lot of hard work to be done, but, you know, hopefully we'll have a chance. Medina
to come, but then Gleneagles, Ryder Cup 2014. What are you making of the course and the facilities behind you there?
Well, I mean, it's just been named the best resort in Scotland last week, which is fitting. You know, it's one of these places, it's a special place to come. I always like coming here with the family and spending a few days, and the course has improved, you know, all the time, the Ryder Cup course it's going to be on. So, you know, it's all set up, it's a great location, it's a beautiful hotel. And let's just hope that, you know, we're part of the Ryder Cup when it comes here.
It's a beautiful setting. How important is home turf when it comes to the Ryder Cup?
Well, I mean, again, it's ideally located. You know, it's you can't get any better than here. I mean, it's an hour and a half from Aberdeen. It's about the same from Glasgow and Edinburgh. It's about an hour in the car. So, you know, it's just the ideal venue to get big crowds in.
Well, enjoy your golf and enjoy this thing that you're sponsoring as well. Thank you very much for joining us.
No problem. Thanks very much.